So this video is a demonstration on how I make my Huddle Huts, which is what I call the little places I make for my chicks when they're born. I don't like to use heat lamps. I've tried that and they're either too hot or whatever. I raise my chicks indoors, so the whole area just tends to get too hot. I found doing this gives the chicks a choice, and it's more like being under their mom. Now, I know there's videos out there on how to do this with shavings, but I raise my chicks initially on Viva paper towel because I want to monitor their droppings and just keep them very, very clean at least the first week or so before I put them on shavings. The Viva paper towel is a lot more absorbent than some of the other kinds, so I found using it works for me. I use the Sunbeam type of heating pad. It does not have an automatic shutoff. That is the most important thing. You want one that does not have an automatic shutoff. And then what I do, it's very simple. All you'll need is the heating pad, some pillowcases. I like to buy these waterproof ones, which I get at Walmart. They're very inexpensive and they're waterproof. But you can use cloth ones if that's what you have, and you can reuse them. You can launder them and reuse them. So you start out, you take the heating pad out. It's in a cover and it has this. I take all of this off. I don't use any of this. Then you're left with the actual heating pad itself. If you buy the Sunbeam one like I have here, it has 3 settings: low, medium, high. I take the box and I actually cut it like so that you actually have a frame. Now you can, if you want to make this last, you can cover this then in duct tape or some kind of waterproof tape. That will make it so that you can wipe the surface and use it many times over. So I'm just going to get to the basics of how you build it. What I do is I take one of these pillowcases, and like I said, if you have cloth ones, you can use those. If you leave all the stuff on that comes with the heating pad, enough heat won't come through for the chicks. I learned that from experience. So you need to have a thinner cover so that enough heat comes through. You want enough, but not so much that they'll burn their feet. And I've used this several times now, and it works really well for me. So these have a zipper. So all you're going to do with this is you're going to cut it exactly in half. So I want to go about here. And you do the same thing if you had a regular pillowcase. So now you have this half here, and you want to take the open end, place the heating pad inside of it, with the cord side coming out. You're going to have a little bit extra down here. That's okay. You're just going to fold it over like so. Then you take your paper towel, take a nice little amount, and you're going to cover this like so. You're going to take your frame and put it so that you have a nice warm spot. Actually, I'm going to flip this over. It's better if you have the fold on the side away from the chicks. So you're going to take this like so, and then you're going to take your little frame so that you have about half of the heating pad underneath them, and then the other half is going to be on top. Sorry, it's cord. I need to get it up there. And you're just going to fold it over the box like so, and fold the bottom like so. And all I do to keep it in place is I just use a couple of rubber bands. They're easy to take off, and change the paper towel as needed. And then I put a second one like so. Now, you just put it in whatever you're using for your brooder box. For the first week, you want to run it on high. It takes about 30 minutes or so for it to get warm enough before you put the chicks in. So if you have chicks hatching, make sure to go ahead and turn it on. And I usually duct tape this to the side of my brooder. And I set it on high, 1 week on high, 1 week on medium, 1 week on low, and then they usually don't need any heat at all. So that's it. And the chicks love to go in here. It's just like being under their mom. It's very similar to another method I've seen used with shavings and wire frames. But for those of you like me that only raise a couple dozen chicks a year, this is a very economical way to go. It'll work in any kind of brooder that you have, as long as you have an electrical plug. It gives you the option of having daylight hours, and I turn the lights off for my chicks at night so they get used to the regular rhythm of the day. I usually make sure whatever room they're in, the lights are off by 11 p.m. and they're not turned back on again until at least 7 a.m. the next day. So the chicks usually just cozy on in here for the evening, and in the morning when I turn the light on, they come out and eat. And I have not had a chick overheat, and I have not had a chick chill using this method. So I hope this helps you, and if you have any questions, you can leave them for me below. Thanks.